Yeah, Katie, 2 BPGs and L2 Bravo Echo Zulu. Did you copy? Alrighty. I guess no time better than present. Just a few more minutes, guys, and we will be starting the early bird portion of the FusionNet. This is radio station Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo, Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. And the early bird portion of the net will begin at 8:30 for early bird check-ins. All right, good evening, everybody. This is AC2A. The early bird portion of the net will begin at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. At this time, I'm asking all stations to please remain on the side. That means don't key up until 8:30 when we start calling for early bird check-ins. Alrighty, the time is here. Where's that come from? Hold on. Alrighty, now I think I got it fixed. A little bit of technical difficulties there, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, good evening. This is the early bird portion of the FusionNet, and I am AC2AE, your net control operator for this evening. This portion of the net meets every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, unless otherwise noted, and you do not have to be a member to check into this net. All right, at this time, we are calling for early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins, early bird check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome.
Kilo Alpha 5, Uniform Lima Echo, early bird in and out for scout, please.
All right, we got Kilo Alpha 5, Uniform Lima Echo. Just come with your name, your location, what your local temperature is. I got you as an in and out, and so I'm assuming there is no traffic. So just name, location, and your local outside temperature.
Okay, it's Ralph, and I'm located in San Angelo, Texas, and the current temperature is 85 degrees.
I copy that. San Angelo, Texas. Got you in there. And 85 degrees. All right, I got you as an in and out. Back, let me know, and I'll keep your spot. Be aboard, brother. All right, any other early bird check-ins? Early bird check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome.
Good evening, Joe. Kilo Bravo Zero, Bravo Sierra India, Minot, North Dakota. And the temperature here is 37 degrees. Brr.
All right, Tom. Got you in there, brother. And I'm just loving that 37 degrees, man. I wish it was here at 37 degrees. My air conditioner only goes down to 62. And I believe we've got a temperature of 69 degrees here today. So we actually hit 70 something, but I'm waiting for that 37 degree weather, brother. I'm waiting for it. All right, let's see. Who else is in there for early birds? Who wants to be an early bird check-in? Early birds, come one, come all.
Good evening, Joe. This is Kilo Bravo 6, Delta Hotel Romeo, Mike, over here in Kelso, Washington, and my current temperature is 70.5 degrees with clear skies.
Mike, one more time on that temperature, brother. One more time. I had a little technical difficulty here with the speaker. I got you in there, and just wondering if you got traffic or not for the net.
I forgot. 70.5 clear skies, and I have no traffic for the net tonight.
All right, awesome, awesome. And you know what? Let me go back over to Tom too, because I didn't write it down for Tom as well. KB0 BSI. Tom, do you have any traffic for the net?
Not offhand, but if I think of something, I'll check that. Okay, zero BSI, did you copy my last transmission?
Yes, I copy your last transmission. No traffic for the net. I got you down, brother. You know what it is? I have trouble typing quickly, so I write it down and then I enter it into the net logger. Sometimes I'm not that organized where I can get it in there, but tonight I seem to be doing okay. All right, let's see. Any other check-ins? Any other check-ins? Early bird check-ins. We're looking for early bird check-ins. Who's next? Who's there to get the worm?
1 November Echo Whiskey, 79 degrees, Naples, Florida, no traffic.
Kilo Delta 2, Mike Sierra Uniform, out in Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York. It is 67 degrees. I'll have a weather update. Good evening.
All right, Howie, I got you in there. Number 6, I got you down for traffic and 67 degrees. Well, you are 2 degrees cooler than me. 1 mile. Either that app is broke. All right, any other early bird check-ins or early bird check-ins? Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
This is Kilo 1 November Echo Whiskey, Tom in Naples, Florida, 79 degrees, no traffic, in and out. November Victor 7, Sierra Sierra, temperature is 84 degrees and no traffic.
W1ZOT. Near Dallas, 90 degrees, no traffic.
All right, last 2 stations, net control copies. Is November Victor 7, Sierra Sierra. We got you in there, Ken. And let's see, Ken, we got you no traffic, 84 degrees. Then the other station we got in there is Whiskey 1 Zulu Oscar Tango, which I believe your name is Philip. And we got you in there from Texas, and I got you at 90 degrees. Whew. So far, you get the Heat Miser Award, so stick in there tonight, guys. We got a cool question of the evening, maybe even it'll turn to a topic of discussion. So stick in there tonight, gentlemen. We're going to have a good night tonight. All right, just for those who don't know, the first timers, newcomers, we got a 10 check-in policy here. You check in 10 times in a row, you get free lifetime membership to the FusionNet. Free lifetime membership to the FusionNet, and it is free. I always say, if it's for free, it's for me. All right, so stick in there, gentlemen, and I gotta just type this in a little bit here. I'm a little slow in the typing department. I'm a two-finger bandit. All right, here we go. All right, who's next? Who's next? We're looking for some more early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins. Come one, come all.
Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Hotel, Quebec. KD90HQ. It's Ron in the town of Trempealeau. It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
All right, Ron, we have got you in there, man. KD9, Oscar Hotel, Quebec. And just let me know if you've got traffic for the traffic portion of the net tonight.
It's at 51 degrees. 51 degrees. And has some traffic.
KD90HQ, Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Hotel, Quebec. I do not have traffic.
All righty, awesome. And Russ, I got you in there too. KG0BK with 51 degrees. I got you in there with 51 degrees. I got you down for traffic. And to Phil, Whiskey 1 Zulu Oscar Tango. Any traffic for the net, traffic portion of the net later on?
Yeah, this is W1ZOT, Phil near Dallas, Texas. Actually in the city of Euless, not too far away from Dallas. No, I don't have any additional traffic. I just happened to catch you this tonight. And I just wanted to check in, and thanks for allowing me to join the net. Back in net control from W1ZOT.
Well, Phil, I just want to let you know the pleasure is all ours, especially mine. We are just very happy to have you in there. Sit tight. We are like no other net that you have been part of before. Don't say I didn't warn you now. But just sit tight. We either have a question of the evening, a topic of discussion, or a trivia night, which was last week, which I usually host trivia night. But tonight we are going with a question of the evening, and hopefully it'll turn into a topic of discussion. So just stick with us, and we're going to have a blast tonight. All right, let's see. Any other early bird check-ins? Early bird check-ins? This is Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. And we are looking for those early birds. We still got a bucket of worms, so all you guys, come on.
Zulu Lima 2, Bravo Echo Zulu. Paul in Wellington, New Zealand. Temperature 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Over.
Kilo Bravo 2, India Delta X-ray. Chris, temporarily in Miami. KB2 IDX.
Everybody wants that early bird worm. Come and get it now.
Yeah, Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo. This is Zulu Lima 2 Bravo Echo Zulu. Paul in Wellington, New Zealand. And temperature here is 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and I have no traffic in and out. Thank you. Over.
Alright, I got two stations in there. I got Zulu Lima 2 Bravo Echo Zulu, and I also have KB2 IDX Chris, temporarily in Miami. I am going to leave you down here for traffic, just because I know through email that you went through the storm. So if you could pass some info on the storm, what you went through, and stuff like that, a little bit later on when we come to the traffic portion, it would be greatly appreciated. Chris, I'm just going to come back to you for one more second. Just tell me what your local outside temperature is.
Okay, it's 78 degrees in Cutler Ridge area, Miami. Nice day today.
All right, good man. All right, I'm going to go back to New Zealand for a second as well. Zulu Lima 2, Bravo Echo Zulu, Paul. Paul, I don't know if I heard you correctly. I don't know if you said that you were in and out, but let me know if you're an in and out, and if not, don't worry about it. And if you are, just let me know if you want to jump on back in, and we'll keep your spot for you. So right now we're going to go over to New Zealand, Zulu Lima 2, Bravo Echo Zulu. Paul, are you in and out, or are you here to stay?
Yeah, Roger, Joe. No problem. This is Zulu Lima 2 Bravo Echo Zulu, and I will be in and out. Thank you, and no traffic for the network. Over.
All right, net control copies in and out, brother. All right, and like I said a few seconds ago, if you feel like jumping back on in, you just let me know. We'll always hold the spot for you. All right, let's see. Okay, we've got a few more minutes here. Early bird check-ins. This is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo with the FusionNet, and we're looking for early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
Net control, KD2 LRX. I think I solved my issue. If you could hear me, I think we're good. KD2 LRX. Local temperature 65 degrees, clear skies in Great Neck, New York.
I don't know. Did anybody hear a station out there? I don't think I heard that station from Great Neck out there. Is there a station from Great Neck out there?
Good. Thank God, Joe. Thank God. You know, I've been having nothing but computer issues lately, no matter what computer it is. I think that whatever Windows update is putting through their system right now is not doing me any good. And I have a feeling my ham radio computer underwent some update, and it screwed up my wires X, but I'm back on 65 degrees. Great Neck, New York. Back to net. I'm done complaining.
Well, you know, that's why, man, I've got my computer set, so any downloads has to check first with me before the downloads start, so I can take a look at them. And just for those who don't know this yet, Windows 11 is very problematic with Wires X. I'm not sure. I read this a couple of weeks back, so I don't know if they fixed the issue, but I know if you download Windows 11 and try to use Windows X, you may run into some issues. So just be prepared for that. Make a copy of your Windows 10 so you can always return Windows 10, a more stable version. Not sure what's really going on with Windows 11, although I have seen it, and it looks really cool. But I'm going to stick with Windows 10 for at least another year or so until they work all the kinks out of 11. But awesome to have you in here, brother. Awesome, man. All right, let's see. Any other early bird check-ins? Early bird check-ins, come one, come all. And everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
Net control. Number 5, Delta Whiskey Romeo Dennis. Spring, Texas, currently 82 degrees and no traffic. And I probably will be leaving earlier tonight than I normally do due to I'm house sitting for my son. Back to net control.
Net control. Net control. Please check in Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Whiskey Foxtrot. That's KO4 CWF. Joseph in Lexington, South Carolina. Current temperature is 68 degrees. I'll be short time.
Alpha Golf 7 Whiskey Quebec. Wesley calling from Coolidge, Arizona, where the outside temperature is 88 degrees, no traffic.
All right, awesome, awesome. Let me just confirm the last 3 stations that checked in. We got November 5, Delta Whiskey Romeo, my good buddy, my good buddy, my good buddy Dennis out in Spring, Texas. House sitting, we copy 82 degrees, no traffic. We got you on short time. Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Whiskey Foxtrot. I didn't hear if you had traffic or not, but I figure if you're short time, you don't. But I will throw you guys both up to the top of the list. And let's see. Then we had Alpha Golf 7 Whiskey Quebec West. No traffic, 88 degrees. Awesome to have you guys in there. All right, we got a few more minutes left for early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins, come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
Hi, Joe, and everybody on the net. This is Kilo 2, Charlie Victor Delta. Chris, on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, we have 67 degrees and no traffic.
All right, Chris, I got you in there. Chris, I'm sorry. I was trying to do 2 things at one time. My brain was overloading. Did you say 67 degrees? 67?
Yeah, copy that. 67 degrees and no traffic. Thanks, Joe. K2CBD, back to net control.
All righty, we copy that. 67 degrees. All right, just trying to catch up here on the net logger. All right, got it. All right, somewhat caught up. All right, any other early bird check-ins? This is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo with FusionNet. We're looking for early bird check-ins.
KK7AYJ, and that in Boise, where it is 77 degrees, and I will have traffic.
All right, here she is, Miss Annette. KK7AYJ. I don't know, you just can't say just a net. It's cigarette net. Alrighty, we got you in there 77 degrees, and I don't know, in my crazy messed up head, when I hear Boise, Idaho, I don't know, I think of David Lee Roth with oh God, I can't think of the name of the group now. I'm drawing a blank. Got too many things going on when he sings Boise, Boise, Bop, Bitty Bop. Oh boy, oh boy. Van Halen, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket.
I'm just a gigolo and everybody knows.
Jay, I got two words for you, Jay. Auto tune. All right, 4 more minutes to go. Early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins. Once again, this is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo with the FusionNet, and we're looking for early bird check-ins. Who's going to be number 19? No 19. No 19. This could be number 19 for early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins. Early bird check-ins. This is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo. Who's looking to get that last worm? We got one more. We'll cut it up in two if we have to. Oh, I didn't know that this, what is it called again? I don't know what this app is called. Okay, what is this, app called with the messenger thing? The one that Dave gave us.
KD2LRX. It's called Big Ants. Big Ants 5.
Ah, I didn't know that it had a memory to it. It's got the last, how's that? Oh yeah. It's got the last few images that came through on here. And man, I gotta say, I like that Marilyn Monroe and James Mansfield tattoo on this person.
Well, David, if I'm not mistaken, promised us a bunch of new pictures. And did he deliver? No, but yes, I totally agree with you on that picture and the glasses too. Oh, Maroon.
Oh, there's a couple of glasses here. Let's see. Yeah, two as far as I can tell. But I tell you, that's not the pair I was looking at. Woo-hoo!
Yeah. Agreed.
Where is Pilot Dave, the monkey man himself? Where is he? Is he landing that jet? I don't know. You know, I was talking with Matt last week. He's got a lot going on, Matt K2ACD. He's got a lot going on, so I don't know if he's going to be on tonight. But he talked me into making a page with a milk carton on it. And every week we may have to add another person to that milk carton. We got to keep an eye out for Andy, Andy at HUB. Because we got to tell Andy to send us a picture. And so we can put him on the milk carton. We got to find him first.
As long as he's okay, my friend, as long as he's okay. All right, I think you got a net to begin, Joe. 901, TV2, LRX, back to the controller of the evening.
We have to. I was having so much fun. Alrighty, everybody. It is a little after 9 p.m., so I guess we're going to start this FusionNet. Good evening, everybody. This is the FusionNet, and I am Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo, your net control operator for this evening. Yeah, that was easy for me to say. This net meets every Thursday. See that? Combine those two words. Nets meets nets. This net meets every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern unless otherwise noted, and you do not have to be a member to check into this net, but please consider joining. How do you join, you ask? Well, very simple. Check in 10 times in a row, and at the time of your 10th check-in, please tell us if your email address is up to date on your QRZ page. And if not, please let us know by sending us an email to fusion at thefusionnet.org. Once again, that email address is fusion at thefusionnet.org. What is that? Okay. Someone's lighting fireworks outside. All right, with membership, you will have access to all the exclusive content on our website, and it is that simple. That simple. Like I said earlier, guys, if it's for free, it's for me. Woohoo! All right, let me see. This is a directed net. This is a directed net, and all traffic must go through net control, and we thank you in advance for that. And in order to check into this net, please switch off your AMS, that's your automatic mode select, and go to digital narrow, DN mode. Use your press to talk button, pause for a moment, and then transmit your call sign, your name, your location, your local outside temperature, and whether or not you have traffic for the net. Now, guys, we ask everybody that we have many, many links on this net, so please give a 3-second pause in between transmission to allow time for all the links to catch up to each other. I know it sounds a little frustrating, everyone, but we do need all the links to catch up to each other. So, at this time, we are now calling for mobile, short on time, and in and out stations only who'd like to check into the FusionNet. Once again, mobile stations. All right, once again, in case you didn't hear, we are calling for mobile, short on time, and in and out stations only who'd like to check into the FusionNet. All right, with nothing heard, we are now calling for any and all stations, who'd like to check into the FusionNet. Come now.
November 7, Mike Kilo Yankee, David in Boise, Idaho, where it is 74 degrees. And I'll have traffic.
All right, we copy N7MKY. He finally came in for a landing out in Boise, Bop, with traffic. And we got you at, wait a second. Are you and Annette in the same area or in different parts of that town? She's got 77 degrees and you got 74 degrees. That's it. Jay, KD2LRX. Look up the local outside temperatures over there, Jay. we need a fact checker on the FusionNet.
KD2LRX at the official temperature of Boise, Idaho. That is 77 degrees. 77 degrees. Back to net control.
Oh, okay. I think I know what it is. I think maybe Miss Annette is giving him the cold shoulder. So it's a little bit colder on his part of the house. Alrighty. Enough of that. Alright, let's see. Who else is in there tonight? Who else wants to check into the FusionNet? This is Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo, Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York with the FusionNet, and we're looking for check-ins.
Net control. This is Kilo Bravo 3, Sierra Yankee Kilo. Jim in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, and it is 63 degrees.
All right. I think he said it was Jim. All right, Jim, I got you in there in Langhorne, PA, and I got you with 63 degrees. KB3SYK, do you have any traffic for the net tonight?
I'm sorry, KB3SYK has no traffic. Oh.
All right, awesome. Got you down, no traffic, brother. No. Number 21 on the list tonight. Who's going to be number 21? This is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo with the FusionNet, and we're looking for check-ins. Come one, come all.
Good evening, Joe. It's a little too quiet out there. Charlie 4, Zulu, Yankee, Charlie, KC4, ZYC. Howard in Orlando, Florida. I darn it and check the outside temperature. It's probably in the 70s. So I'll have to check on that and see what the actual temperature is. Sorry about that. KC4 ZYC. Joe, were you?
Howard, no worries, man, no worries. Well, when we come back around to you, if you got it, we'll throw it into the log for you, brother. And I think you said, well, you know what? All the Florida stations, if you don't mind tonight, the Florida stations, I'm going to keep you on the list for traffic. And the reason being, because we know that a hurricane just ripped through you guys, and we want to take a little progress report to see how you guys are doing, how you're holding up, if there's anything we can do for you and stuff like that. And so we're going to keep you up there for traffic tonight. All right, let's see. Any other check-ins? Check-ins. Come one up. I stand corrected. I must say I am corrected by Dave N7MKY. He just sent me a text, and it says 74 degrees. 74 degrees. So that's it. So now, and that's not giving him the cold shoulder. What's happening is Dave is really hot, and he's getting KK7AYJ's motor running. Woohoo! Get your motor running. Annette, head out for the highway. Oh boy! Listen, Listen, none of you guys can tell me I didn't warn you. This is not a usual net like the nets that you guys are used to. I warned you. That's it. You are forewarned. Yes, and for those newcomers out there, the net control operators, we have a text messaging on the side so we can stay connected. And yes, JKD2LRX, I am calling Dave hot, baby. Ever since he wore those bunny ears. All right. Back to business. This is the FusionNet, and I am AC2AE, your net control operator for this evening, and we're looking for check-ins. Check-ins. I just warned you ahead of time. We're looking for check-ins. All right, one more time. This is AC2AE, Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York, and we're looking for early bird check-ins. Wait a minute, did I say early bird? Just regular check-ins. All right, with nothing heard, guys, we are going to go to our traffic of the evening. So, and don't worry, if you didn't get check-in, we will check back with you about maybe 30 to 40 minutes, guys. So, first up on the list, let's see, was it in and out? No traffic. Oh, wow, look at this. We're going to our resident meteorologist first tonight. So, Howard, KD2, MSU. Wow, you were first on the list for traffic tonight. You know what? Let me check, make sure we got no other Florida stations. Oh, wait. Actually, we do have a Florida station in here. But he's in and out as well. So, Howard, you are up next, brother. You are up next. Howard, KD2, MSU, our resident meteorologist. Give us your report, brother. And please tell me that this warm weather is going away. Yeah, I mean, for crying out loud, it is October already.
Okie doke. Yeah, the cold weather, warm weather will be pouring out the 8th, 9th, and 10th will be more normal around here. First, I'd like to say we got 5 days of clouds and easterly winds here in New York from Ian. We got about 3 to 5 inches of rain in the general area. Many areas got more than that. Further north you went, the less precipitation there was. But no winds or hot tides were a little bit above normal. And during those 5 days, the temperature averaged 10 degrees below normal. So today was a very nice day in New York. Tomorrow will be another one, and then the temperatures will be going back down. And it should be especially cold in most of, I say, 2/3 of the country from the 13th to the 22nd. So the reason for that is the polar vortex, which is just beginning to form for the winter, is very loose. When it's loose, it means the cold air can escape. And escape at will into the middle of the country and the northeast, especially, as I said, from the 13th to the 22nd. So I have to see if the polar vortex puts itself together. When the polar vortex is strong, that means the cold air is not coming out of Canada. And when it's weak and the jet stream is wavy, it's allowing the cold air to sneak in. So the 13th to the 22nd. Out there, hold on, let me take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. Out there in Boise, looks like some very boring weather for you the next 15 days. It looks like 60 to 80 degrees, low of 60, high of 80, every single day and no rain for the next 15 days. Oh, I don't know if that's to be expected there or not. See, near Dallas, Texas area, I think you're going to be above normal till around the 13th. As I said, this one should be turning cold. So, polar vortex right now is a little bit ragged, like Raggedy Ann. And if it doesn't strengthen, we're going to have some cold weather in October, November, at least. Okie doke, it's Kilo Delta 2, Mike Sierra Uniform, back to net control.
All right, Howard. Thank you so much for your meteorologist report and doing it every week after week for us. It is greatly appreciated that I can't even put into words how much we really appreciate it. It's great having you here too, brother. And just let's hope that polar vortex stays loose and keeps dishing out that cold air, man. Let it get cold. Let it get cold. I bring on the snow. That's what I say. Bring on the snow. I am ready for it. I am done with this hot summer weather. And like I said, it is probably now about 67 degrees. For those that don't know, I live not too far from Howard. He's got 67. My phone read 69. But I gotta say, I am so ready for that. Where was it? That North Dakota 37 degrees. I think he's getting the Snow Miser award tonight, guys, for sure. So far, so good. He's getting it without a doubt. All right, let's see who's next up with traffic. Oh my, oh my! It's none other than Rusty Balloons. Russ, go ahead, Russ, pick it up, my friend. KG0BK.
Well, thank you, Joe. This is KG0BK in Iowa, and I do apologize for missing last Monday's net, and that was totally my fault. We'll fix that. Okay, we have launched a new balloon. The other one is still up there. The old 112 still up there at running around 78 miles per hour. And it's at 27,300 feet. And it's located about halfway between Nova Scotia, Canada, Newfoundland, Newfoundland and Ireland, about halfway across the ocean there. So it's doing quite well. Of course, we're not getting any reports from it right now because we don't have any batteries, so just the solar cells. So unless the sun's up, which it isn't there, we don't get any reports. Our new balloon is called the 113 Heavy, and the reason it's called Heavy is because it weighs A lot. Our other balloon weighed, when we launched it, 7.8 grams. Now a penny is about 2 grams, if that helps you at all. But it weighed 7.8 grams, and it put out 10 milliwatts. This one we added a bunch of stuff, bigger power supply or bigger solar panels, and it weighs 18 grams, but it puts out, with our PA on there, 100 milliwatts on GPRS. So, Whisper, I should say, Whisper. So it's doing quite well. We launched it today at about 9 o'clock Central. That'd be 10 o'clock Eastern. Let this drop for a second. So anyway, it launched from around Memphis, just slightly southwest of, or southeast of Memphis, but basically Memphis, Tennessee. And last we heard from it when it got into the dark, it was over North Carolina, headed toward Fusion. So we won't know for sure where it's going to be at. And it can start transmitting also. So having with both those. And let's see, I guess that's about it from me. Oh, I got some Cracker Jack facts. I guess I got time to do that. Not too much for birthdays. Actress Elizabeth Shue turns 59 years old today. And, of course, she was best known for her role in the film Leaving Las Vegas and the TV series CSI. The gal that appeared in more than 4 dozen episodes of Felicity, actress Amy Jo Johnson. She turns 52 today. And on the events on this day in history, Young Tipper War in 1973. That's the Jewish holy day of Yom Kippur. Egypt and Syria attacked Israel, and they suffered many heavy casualties, but Israeli forces successfully fought back, and the war eventually ended inconclusively, I guess would be a good word for that. Michael Jordan, on this 1993, retired from professional basketball, and he said that I don't have anything more, or I don't have anything else to prove. Well, he returned in March of 1995. Let this drop. I got a couple more. Okay, in 1981 on this date, Egyptian President Anwar Sadat was assassinated by members of the radical fringe of the Muslim opposition. And in 1960, the American film Spartacus, starring Kirk Douglas, made its world premiere. And one more, back in 1927, The Jazz Singer premiered in New York City, and of course starred Al Jolson, and it introduced the sound era of motion pictures. That's it from Cracker Jack Facts and KG0BK.
Wow, well, you just heard it straight from KTD. After all this time, I'm messing up your call again. KG0BK. And just to let you know, I had the biggest crush on... You mentioned a TV show and a movie that she was popular for, but you forgot the Karate Kid. She also played Allie in the Karate Kid. So there's another thing for Elizabeth Shue. Woohoo! All right, Russ, man. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's see. Who's next on the list? All right, Chris, I know you said that you didn't have traffic, but you're in FLA, and I know that you had to move locations from where you were. Because of the damage or the flooding. So, Chris, give us a breakdown on what happened to you during Ian, and we know that you're okay, and your little four-legged friend, which I'm very happy about. What is his or her name? And is it a cat or is it a dog, or is it some other kind of exotic animal like a iguana named Pugsley? KB2 IDX, and we'll see if any of you caught that Terminator line drop there.
And so, yeah, during just before the hurricane, I went to the shelter, which was a high school, and I slept on a gym room floor for 2 nights, which really, it still hurts, okay? Glad to be able to. And Gracie behaved very well the whole time we were there. And on the way home, I saw a lot of damage going down the main drag, but it's interesting to note that down the main drag, at least, the worst damage was on gas stations where their pump roofs were shredded. In the neighborhood where I am, there was a bit of wind damage. And we ended up with a couple of large pieces of ductwork from across the other side of the canal in our front lawn. Roof tiles. There's a tree on the block away from me that I took a photo of, and you could tell just by looking at it, it's a type of a pine tree, that the wind had been so strong there, it took all the branches right off of it and left the tree. And so it was pretty strong winds. And I imagine in the end, after the scientists get after it for a while, they might end up declaring it a Category 5. We'll drop it for a second. But of course, the power is still off. They told us that it would be on sometime this coming weekend, and my carpeting in my bed got soaked, so that's why I had to get out of there, because mold is for no one, not even dogs. But anyway, it wasn't fun. I got in line and got water and MREs, and people were kept driving down the street offering us food and water, and I even got delivered a couple of hot meals from who, I don't know who it came from, but they just knocked on my door and said, "Here, have some warm food." And I said, thank you. And you can look at the water lines inside my place. It's an apartment, a duplex, and I face west, and the canal is west of me by maybe 50 yards at worst. And you can see inside that the water came in through the door maybe maximum of 3 inches high, but by the time it went out the backside, it was 16 inches at least. So that was pretty strong water. And last thing is that one of my friends who lived on a tugboat, 50-foot tugboat, who unfortunately his boat sank and they had to run for the shore, but he told me there are mooring buoys in the Fort Myers area by the marina that are rated at 150 miles per hour. They were all gone. So you could take a guess how bad that wind was and the surge was. We got the full package, but and then whoa, I'm about to time out. Then before everything came in, all the rain it dropped up north came running back through the rivers and overflowed the rivers the second time. So a lot of people got it twice. Anyhow, that's enough for me. Back to you, Joe. This is KP2IDX. Safe and sound in Miami.
Wow, that is something, man. That is really, really something. I'm just very grateful that you're okay, that Gracie is okay, and a lot of people out there know that I'm an animal lover in general, but specifically dogs. I just absolutely love dogs. Here in my building in New York, they call me the dog whisperer because all the dogs come to me, they listen to me, even the most unruly dogs, and well, it wasn't my dog. It was my wife's mother's dog. She was a long-haired dachshund, and her name was Heidi. And I don't know if you know this about dachshunds or not, but they were originally bred in Germany to hunt badgers, to go into the badger holes. And so they were bred specifically strong and loud enough to alert, like the humans, that their bark so they could alert the humans that where the badger was, but they were also bred to be athletically fit to take on the badger if they had gotten into a fight with it. So they've been around for quite some time. I'm really not. I can't remember how many years. I'd like to say it's like 1,000, but I could be way off on that. I can't remember how long they've been bred to take on these badges and stuff. But they were just recently, during the 20th century, domesticated for home. So the one that we had was long hair. I don't know if Gracie is long hair, short hair, or if she's got the curly hair. I'm not sure what they call the curly haired ones. Maybe curly haired dachshunds. I don't know. But I do love dachshunds, man. They're very, very loyal. Very loyal dogs. And Heidi just happened to be very, very spoiled. She pretty much got what she wanted. She drank a cup of coffee and a bran muffin every morning. But Chris, man, I'm glad you emailed me, and I'm glad that you're okay, brother. And hopefully, I'm going to pray that your apartment gets fixed so you can get back home and get back to normal as soon as possible. All right, let's see. Let's move it on over to look who it is. It's just Jay. KD2 LRX Hide and Go Seek Champion of 1995. Jay, pick it up, brother.
To LRX. So a couple of comments. Number one, Elizabeth Shue wasn't only in Karate Kid. She was also in Cobra Kai most recently. And she was also in Adventures in Babysitting. And boy, oh boy, do I wish even to this day she was my babysitter. Love Elizabeth Shue. Happy birthday, Elizabeth Shue, if you're listening. And on top of that, I don't think it's Dachshund. I think it's Datsun. It's a car made by Nissan. Sorry, it was a really bad joke. KD2LRX has jokes. Has jokes. Let me let this drop. Alright,
So, don't forget to check out our website, FusionNet.org. Don't forget, 10 check-ins consecutively, and maybe even if you're at like number 9 and you're not going to be around for the 10th check-in, you know, control operators will probably vote you in to get you into the club officially, even if that's the case. But we do really hope that you can check in 10 consecutive times. You get full access to our website because you become an official member of the FusionNet, and it is absolutely free, everybody. You get full access to that site. You can see who checked in. You can see his next joke of the week. You could see Howie's hot and cold temperatures, and so much more. So the FusionNet.org, everyone's invited to check it out, but don't forget, the 10 check-ins members of this net get full access because you're an official member of the FusionNet, totally free. What else do I have? I gotta say that every computer the last 2.5 weeks has had some kind of issue, and it is outrageous. I was having problems with my ham radio computer that I have my Wires X on, all my programming software and everything. I went to turn on my radio at like 8 o'clock this evening, and it kept resetting the radio because for some reason the receive frequency wasn't in Wires X. It somehow got deleted out, so I had to reinsert or re-input after I figured out that that was the problem, the receive frequency, and bada bing, bada boom, it's working again. Thank God. Didn't want to miss this net. But hopefully, you know what? I need like the Pope to put holy water on all my computers because I have had really bad luck with crashes and everything. I don't know why, but I don't know. But fortunately, I am somewhat computer savvy, actually a little more than somewhat, and I'm able to kind of get things running again. I'm just tired of problem solving and troubleshooting. Anyway, let me let this drop. We have a very fun net for you this evening, of course, with Joe. Joe is hosts a really net week. I believe I'm back up at that, and if that isn't true, I gotta tell you something. You guys remember earlier this year, I think it was late summer, I did presidential trivia. Well, guess what, folks? Presidential trivia is coming back, and I am so excited to be doing that for you guys. And you do not want to miss that. I believe, like I said, I'm back up next Thursday on this same on the same network. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Other than that, I was in the city. I had to be in the city for work 2 days in a row because my boss was up from Hilton Head Island where she lives. And guys, I used to work in the city every single day. Going in 2 weeks or 2 days this week was really difficult, exhausting, stressful, anxiety-laden, because I don't do it anymore, and also, well, unfortunately, the city's changed. So I have to go into that. You all know that. But I survived. Today I worked from home again. Was happy about that, and I am relaxed talking to you all tonight, and can't be any better. I know Joe doesn't like the cold weather. I mean, the warm weather. He thought it was probably too warm today, but I gotta say, it was a gorgeous day. Tomorrow's going to be a little cooler, to my knowledge. I think that's what Howie said. So, maybe Joe will enjoy it a little bit more, and I'll complain a little bit more. Anyway, back to Net Control. Great to have everyone on board. Russ, Ned, Joe. Thank God we're hearing from our Florida friends. Hopefully they will get their lives back in order and back on track after that storm. I'm just blessed that you're all with us. So that's all I've got. KD2 LRS back to net. I know I had a lot tonight, Joe.
All right, awesome. All I could say is Martin Van Buren. That's my answer for next week, Martin Van Buren. Oh, yes, that's going to be fun. Presidential trivia. All right, guys, very good, very good. Oh, you know, as Jay was talking, I was just remembering something that Russ had mentioned. So, Russ, I just texted into the group. If you can please email the information about the balloons or the websites to go check out the balloons to the FusionNet. I'll update the site this week so everybody can get a chance and have a link to go check out all that balloon stuff. And Monday night, I had to put the kibosh on the net because I was suffering with a very, very bad headache. And, I had COVID back in January of 2021, and I had really terrible, terrible headaches. And as a residual of the COVID, those headaches kind of come back very frequently. So I guess I'm going to have to start getting stock in Tylenol, which Tylenol does very little to help, but I don't know. I never got a headache. I maybe have gotten 5 headaches throughout my entire 50 years, and ever since this COVID, I've been getting headaches so frequently it's ridiculous. So just wondering what that plague of a disease that the United States government and the Chinese government threw upon us. Boy, I don't even want to get into that now. You guys might start hating me. But I definitely believe that this was thrown into our system on purpose and not accidentally. And you'll never get me to believe that it was through animals. It was definitely that gain of function research. All right, enough of that. Enough of that. I'm going to get myself in trouble here. All right, let's see. Who's next up on the list? Let's see. No traffic, no traffic. Oh, here we are. It's Miss Annette. Cigarette Annette with the joke of the week. KK7AYJ. Are you ready for the joke of the week?
KK7AYJ here with the joke of the evening. Before I go all the way through this, can you hear me?
Yes, we have a copy on you, loud and clear.
Thank you very much. Copy that. So, this is Quasimodo's replacement. After Quasimodo's death, Bishop Thomas of the Cathedral of Notre Dame sent word through the street that a new bell ringer was needed. The bishop decided that he would conduct the interviews personally and went up to the belfry to begin the screening process. After observing while several applicants demonstrated their skills, he decided to call it for the day. Just then, a lone, armless man approached him and announced that he was there to apply for the bell ringer's job. Bishop Thomas was incredulous. "You have no arms." "No matter," said the man. "Observe." He then began striking the bells with his face, producing a beautiful melody on the clarions. The bishop listened in astonishment. Convinced he had finally found a suitable replacement for Quasimodo, suddenly, while rushing forward to strike the bell, the armless man tripped and plunged headlong out of the belfry window to his death in the street below. The stunned bishop immediately rushed down the stairways. When he reached the street, the crowd had gathered around the fallen figure. Drawn by the beautiful music they had heard only moments before. As they silently parted to let the bishop through, one of them asked, "Bishop, who was that man?" "I don't know his name," the bishop sadly replied, "but his face rings a bell."
Are you there? Is Annette there? Was she keyed up? Did anybody hear her? Nah, I'm just kidding you, Annette. Jay put me up to it. Don't blame me. He put me up to it. He said pretend like you didn't hear her. But that's a very good one, Annette. I love it. I love it. His face rings a bell. Woo-hoo! All right, guys. If you didn't hear that joke, or if it didn't come through, or you need to read it, it will be up as of tomorrow evening on our FusionNet website. So go check our FusionNet website out, and we update it usually Friday by like around 6, 7-ish o'clock. Sometimes a little bit later, if depending on how busy we get. But we usually update the net on Fridays, guys. So go check out that net. Not a net, the net. Annette, thank you so much, Annette. And let's see, who is... You know what? Before we go over to the Monkey Man, we're going to call to see if there's any check-ins. All right, this is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo with FusionNet, and we are looking for check-ins. Check-ins for the FusionNet. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome. And guess what? You do not have to be a member. All right, once again, we're calling for check-ins. Check-ins. This is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo, and we're looking for check-ins to the FusionNet. Come one, come all. All right. With nothing heard, we're going to keep it right in Boise, and we're going to go over to none other than the Monkey Man himself, N7MKY, Dave. Pilot Dave, I should say. Dave, pick it up, brother.
And 3 Mississippi. Let me make sure I get my Mississippis and my rhinoceros in. Good evening, FusionNet. Glad to be here, and glad to be your pilot. Glad to get things starting to get restored on my end so that I can become your net control operator again. I was going to try for tonight, but too many things came about and didn't have a chance to get prepared. But that being said, I got a little bit of traffic. First bit of traffic is, hey, if you're not a member yet, but you want to hear KK7AYJ joke again, you can always go to our YouTube channel and watch the live stream. And if you're not a subscriber of our YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. Also, send us an email to the FusionNet, or fusion@thefusionnet.org, if there's some content that you'd like us to create and put on the FusionNet. Or if you have content, please email it to us and we'll post it to the FusionNet so that others can enjoy what you've created as far as a video. It could be a how-to, it could be a here's what I found out, or here's what I'm evaluating. We'd love to have your content, and we'd love to have more subscribers to our channel. So again, if you missed the joke and you're not a member yet, well, 10 check-ins, you'll be a member, but if you want a sneak peek at tonight's joke again, you can just re-watch the broadcast. It'll let this drop, get a little bit more traffic. Alright, N7MKY is back again. Hey, I posted a new YouTube video. That's right, N7MKY. And my YouTube channel has a new video. And guess what? It's on Win Week. And WinLink is a very, very useful tool. It is a way of communicating via HF or UHF or VHF, or if you're lucky enough to have internet connection, you can actually establish it with Telnet as well, which is directly connected over the internet. So if you haven't heard of WinLink, if you haven't played with WinLink, this video gets you down the rabbit hole. So go over to YouTube, type in David Hunter N7MKY, and check out my new video on WinLink. Guarantee you, it'll get you interested in WinLink. And that being said, Boise, Idaho had its first simulated internet attack, where on Wednesday, all hands in the Treasure Valley, as well as the state of Idaho, submitted a field situation report using WinLink and transmitted it to our emergency management offices here and throughout the state, which then transmitted it to the state representative. We had 153 reports filed, and a lot of people didn't know how to install WinLink. They thought for sure they'd have to pay for it, or they'd have to configure their radio, or they'd have to do something. Well, yeah, you kind of have to do all that, but you don't have to pay for it. And if you watch my video, it'll show you not only how to register and get your own WinLink address, but it'll also show you how to file a field situation report. So I encourage everybody on the net, if you don't have WinLink, investigate it. Because just think, if the folks in Florida, with that hurricane coming through, have the ability to get reports out to their loved ones, it's a great way to help out as a helping hand. So again, that's my traffic. I'm really liking WinLink. I'm actually connected to a couple of WinLink stations in Florida from Idaho to transmit an email. So back to you, Joe, N7MKY, your pilot. I think I'm going to close the cabin doors and check the back of my eyelids for light leaks. Autopilot on, and don't forget, Joe J, auto-tune for your singing.
Auto-tune, yes, baby. But hopefully you closed those cabin doors and before you took off. Awesome, Dave. Awesome. All right, let's see. I'm going to give one more call for check-in, see if anybody's here. It's almost 10 o'clock. Okay, this is Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo. We're looking for some check-ins, check-ins. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member. All right, with nothing heard, well, we're going to go to the question/topic of the evening, guys. The moment you've all been waiting for. All right, the question is tonight, what is your most recent purchase for your ham shack? What is your most recent purchase for your ham shack? And tell us a little about it. All right, let's see. First up on the list, we got KB0BSI. Now, I should say your most recent, I guess it would be your last purchase for your ham shack. And it doesn't necessarily have to be radio related. It could be some kind of a decoration for your shack. It could be a radio. It could be a Morse code key. It could be a microphone stand. Anything to do with amateur radio whatsoever, or something just to have put in your shack. Maybe it was an LED call sign that you made or bought, or something like that. So with that, first up on the list is Tom over in Minot, North Dakota, KB0BSI. Tom, pick it up, brother.
Yes, good evening from Minot, North Dakota. Did you catch the accent? Yeah, sure you bet. Anyway, the last acquisition, actually I'll share a couple of them. I have been getting very interested in HF again, and I recently went to Hamfest down in Garrison, North Dakota, and boy, I tell you what, I made the best deal of my life. I got some free banana receiver clips for free, and I can't complain about that one bit. You know, they had a lot of old stuff, a lot of good stuff, and also printed up a brand new U.S. amateur radio bands chart, so I can keep in the since I'm a general. And my last major purchase was a 100-foot coax cable to go up to my inverted multi-band inverted V from one of the Ham brothers up here in Minot, and I couldn't believe the price. It was like he asked $20 for a 100-foot cable. And it was brand new. So, hey, you got to jump on it. You know. Anyway, that's about all I have. Back to you there, Joe. KB0. Yes, sir.
All right. Awesome, man. Awesome. All right. Like I said, it could be anything. That's pretty cool, man. Very, very interesting. All right, let's see. Next up on the list is Mike. Yes, I almost said Mike Kelso again. It's Mike, KB6, Delta Hotel Romeo, out in Kelso. What's going on there, Mike? Good to have you back, brother. And, just a reminder to you guys, sometimes we lose track if you guys are here 8 or 9 or 10 times. So if you guys are here for your 10th time or coming around your 10th time, just let us know. Give us a little alert. Let us know if your email address and everything is correct on QRZ, and we'll get you in for the lifetime membership. Mike, pick it up, brother. What is your most recent purchase for your ham shack, and tell us a little about it.
Not really a whole lot to tell. Most recent purchase was a 220 J-pole, because we were using a repeater for check-in, and then I couldn't hit it with my Kenwood, my little THF6, so I decided to get the antenna, and I got 75 feet of coax. I've got to set it out in the backyard, but yeah, not a whole lot to tell. We were doing check-in for a couple of weeks, and then they decided not to do it anymore, but I'll still use it for something. That's about all I got over here. Back to you, Joe.
All right, so what was it? It was an antenna and 75 feet of coax cable. You just gave me an idea for another question, for future references. So I'm gonna even let you guys know about this one, just so you guys can prepare. What is your preferred length of coax? Oh, wait a minute, that can be a little tricky. You guys are a little dirty sometimes. Especially Dave in 7MKY. But, because I know some people like to get 75 foot, some people like to get 100 foot, all up the rest if they've got any. Me, I'm a 100 foot kind of a person. I like to get 100 feet length. Also because my antenna, when I do have my antennas up, they are pretty high up, so they need that extra bit of footage. Woohoo! So, yeah, we look forward to that question in the future, guys. What is your preferred length of coax, and why? All right, Mike, awesome, man. All right, next is Howard, KD2, MSU. Howard, pick it up, brother. What is your most recent purchase for your ham shack, and tell us a little about it.
Most recent purchase, not even a radio or anything. It's actually a hat with my call sign on it. I think I got that from Gigapods. I haven't even worn it, so that's about it, really. Well, occasionally I pick up new 2-meter 70-cent handheld radio rather than buy a new battery for one of the old ones. So I got a whole bunch of Bowfangs. Some they claim that puts out 10 watts, which I doubt. That's about it. So actually the most recent purchase would be the hat with the call sign on it. There's Kilo Delta 2, Mike Sierra Uniform, Back Connect Control.
All right, Howard. Awesome, man. Awesome. Yes, the text messages go on, guys. If you only knew what went on behind the scenes of the FusionNet. we got dirty little dirty boy ham radio operators out here. And which reminds me, guys, we are always looking for new talent out here. So if you ever want to become a net control operator with us, Jay, myself, Dave, Russ, we would definitely appreciate the help out here. And if you guys want to give it a go, we have a script that we go by. So if you guys ever want to just get on the air and host a night, just let us know. If you want to do it as a practice run one night, we'll give you the reins and let you take control. And just contact us at fusion@thefusionnet.org and just let us know that you want to host a night. And we'll get you on track. We'll even provide a question or a topic of discussion for you. So just let us know. We're always looking for new talent out here. All right, let's see. Next up on the list is Ken. Ken, what is going on, brother? November Victor 7, Sierra Sierra. Pick it up. What is your most recent purchase for your ham shack, and tell us a little about it.
Okay there, Joe. This is NV7SS here in Indian Springs, Nevada. My recent purchase was a OpenSpot 4 Pro. The OpenSpot 4 Pro. Just a little doohickey that allows me to listen to the FusionNet when I'm in the mobile. So this cute little thing that does its job real well. I don't know what else to say about it. I love those open spots there, Joe. Back to you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, you're doing a great job on that, man, as always. This is NV7SS. Back to you, Joe.
Oh, that is awesome. The OpenSpot 4 Pro. That's awesome. So there is the OpenSpot 4, and then there's the Pro, if I'm correct. Am I right about that, Ken?
Yes, you are right. There is the OpenSpot 4 and the OpenSpot 4 Pro. And there's not a heck of a lot of difference between them. It's just cross-moding with D-Star on the OpenSpot 4 Pro. I don't think the OpenSpot 4 does. And there's 10 profiles on the Pro and only 5 on the regular one there. So that's about the difference there, Joe. And I think they last longer. The battery lasts longer in them now.
All right, awesome, man, awesome. Yeah, I know that the battery is a little bit more. It's got a little more milliamps in there, so it runs a little bit longer on there. But I wasn't. I didn't know about the profiles, so that's good to know that the Pro has 10 and the regular one has only 5. That's very good to know. All right, Ken, awesome, brother, awesome, and always good to have you out here, man. All right, next up on the list is Phil. we got Whiskey 1, Zulu, Oscar, Tango. Phil, what's going on, my brother? What is your most recent purchase for your ham shack, and tell us a little bit about it. How about you? Whiskey 1, Zulu, Oscar, Tango. Phil, you're up, brother. All right, with nothing heard, we're going to move on over to Ron. Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Hotel, Quebec. Ron, what is your most recent purchase for your ham shack, and tell us a little bit about it.
KD9OHQ here. Well, I'm working on setting up my ICOMS 9700. So the last couple weeks I've bought a tri-band antenna for it, 2 meter, 440 and 23 centimeter, and I've mounted it on a push-up pole that I had, and I'm working on rigging up the supporting structure for it, and hopefully get it up yet this fall so I can use it coming winter season here in Wisconsin. So that's my thing. So KD9OHQ, back to that.
Oh, that is a nice rig, man. That is a nice rig, the ICOM 9700. What tri-band antenna did you get for it?
I got the Comet, I think PP95 is the model, and good antenna, and I've got the 44-foot push-up pole, so it'll be up in the air pretty good. I'm hoping to be able to hit some repeaters further away, and the reason why I got the ICOM 9700 was I hope to be able to do some satellite work in the future, but that'll require a different antenna than this one. So yeah, it's a nice rig. It's got a lot of function and features, so I'm really looking forward to exploring that radio in the future. So KD9 OHQ, back to net.
Yeah, that is a cool radio, man. And if I'm not mistaken, it does 100 watts on UHF VHF, and that's another thing. It does 1.2 gig, but I think it only does 10 watts on 1.2 gig, if I remember correctly. I never understood that big difference, you know. I mean, if you're going to put a module in there, you know, beef it up a little bit, you know. But then again, you know, 1.2 gig, you don't want to fry your eyeball too much. You know, at that wavelength, a very short wavelength. And but overall, that's a great radio. I especially like that radio because it's 100 watts on the 2 meter band. I'm not 100% sure about the UHF side, but I'm pretty sure it's 100 watts on UHF VHF, which is pretty awesome, man. And I don't know about you, but I love 2 meter sideband. And if you do get a a horizontal antenna for that radio, you should definitely hit the 2 meter sideband side. It's pretty awesome down there. You know, I'm not sure about your area where you are, but I know over here on the East Coast, I'm able to well, now I got a pretty big amplifier. I got a 1500 watt amplifier for 2 meters, but I know I'm able to go all up and down the coast. When I had my antennas up on the roof, I had to recently take my antennas down because they're doing work on the building. But 2 meter sideband is awesome. It's probably one of my favorite modes. All right, enough of that. Enough of that for me. All right, that leaves us with Rusty Balloons. Russ, KG0BK, what's going on, my brother? So, tell us, what is your most recent purchase for your ham shack, and tell us a little about it.
All right, Joe. Thanks for having me in again. And most recent purchase was a lot of small purchases, all wrapped up in one. I got them all from MPJA. MPJA. A lot of neat stuff they got on there. Anyway, I got a voltage and current monitor, USB. So you just plug that in your USB port, and on the other end, it's got a USB port on it too. So you plug in whatever you want there. It'll tell you what the voltage is and how much power whatever you got it hooked into is drawing. Some terminal strips, some mating pairs, a DC constant current electronic battery load tester, which will test out your battery, how much load you want to put on it, how much load you got left, so you know exactly what that thing will put out for milliamp hours or I guess watt hours or whatever you're going to hook to. Some adapters. I did pick up, well, I had to pick up these because they were 25 cents a piece, so I had to get 4 12-volt, what do they have? 7912 voltage regulators. And I was building another audio amplifier, mono, which I always need. And here one popped up for $3.90, so I got 2 of them and tested out one, and it works perfect at around 6 watts output with 9 volts input. It's awesome. So I bought a whole bunch of them. The whole cost was $40.95. So I thought that was pretty good. And they only get $6.95 shipping, no matter what you buy. I mean, you buy one item, 100 items, that's what they get. So yeah, you know, check them out. They got a lot of neat gizmos and gadgets on there. mpja.com. About it. KG0BK.
All right, that's definitely good to know, man. I'm glad you got a monitor and a new Terminator or a terminal strip. But NPJA, I wrote that down.com. I'm going to definitely take a look at that website. Not that I'm going to be able to buy anything. The wife and I were kind of we're kind of pulling back on our purchases a bit, so we can take a nice vacation. And I want to go to Maine. She wants to move to where is it? Sugar, I forgot. She wants to go somewhere tropical. I don't want the heat. I don't want the heat. She wants the heat. I want the cold. Maybe we'll take separate vacations. But awesome, brother. NPJA.com. I'm going to definitely check that out. All right, let's see. The next station said he was in and out. All right, we're back over to Chris. Chris and Gracie. We're back over to Chris and Gracie. KB2 IDX. Pick it up, brother. Tell us, what is your most recent purchase for your ham shack, and tell us a little about it.
Well, actually, I just ordered today a replacement charger for my Yaesu Fox Tango 70D because that was a victim of the flood. But if that would be the most recent thing I got for the shack, but the most recent device I got would be the Yaesu FT70D. That was my most recent ham radio. But that's it for me. Back to net. KV2IDX.
You know, I keep looking at this FT70, and I really like the radio. It's very small, very compact, and I keep saying to myself, oh, I'm going to get one, I'm going to get one. But you know what? We got a Hamfest coming up in 2 more days here on Saturday. You never know. I might find a good price on it. But, you know, I noticed at the Hamfest that usually like the newer radios, and I know the 70's not a real new radio, but I noticed that the deals have not been that good. The best deal I've ever, like, I don't know if it was the best deal, but one of the best deals I ever got on a radio was $25 for this little TYT 380 that I got, that I use occasionally for the DMR side. And the guy was originally charging $40, but he wasn't at the table. He was actually in the restroom. So I seen the $40 price on it. So I said, I'm going to stand here, and I'm going to hold the box until he comes back, because I don't want anyone to pick up the box. And his friend was watching the table, the adjacent table from him. And I just sat there, and I waited for him. And when he finally came back, his friend told him that I was waiting there for like 15 minutes. So he said to me, he goes, since you're waiting here 15 minutes for me to get back, he goes, I'll give it to you for $25. I was like, okay. And when I got it, it was brand new in the box. And the only thing is, I have problems programming these DMR radios. I don't know. I must be a little DMR illiterate. But can I have someone take a look at that for me to program it for myself? But I hope your FT70 charger comes soon. I'm glad the flood didn't get the radio itself. But good, man. Very, very good. All right. None other than JKD2LRX is next. Maybe he's going to get a new computer for his shack. JKD2LRX, brother, what's going on? What is your most recent purchase for your ham shack? And tell us a little about it.
KD2LRX. Hey, Joe. Hey, everyone. So, I haven't actually really purchased too much from my shack most recently. My most recent purchase was probably my Uniden Bearcat SDS100 scanner. Ham gear, but certainly goes side by side with my ham gear. It certainly sits below my radios. So I consider it to an extent. However, I am most likely about to purchase some ham gear very, very soon. I had I had some work done in my apartment, and after I had the work done, or while I had the work done, I was packing stuff away the most organized I possibly could, and was able to, after the fact, go through my stuff and find my radios, find, everything, kind of get it back up and back on the shelves and everything. The one problem, and one of the biggest problems, is that I can't seem to find, for some reason, a lot of my chargers for my portable handheld. For example, for my Yaesu 3D and 2D, and some of my other radios. So, the purchase that I'm going to make are some new OEM Woolworths for some of these radios. So, that is what I'm going to be doing. Actually, a more recent purchase that I made than my scanner was a Kenwood THS6A handy talkie. It's a tri-bander. It does 222 meters, 70 centimeter. Great radio. Let me let this drop. Except for the fact that I have the radio taken apart right now because I was putting it into a new housing because I bought it used off of eBay, and I bought a brand new housing for it. Unfortunately, the connector between the speaker and the board needs to be resoldered. So I have the radio sort of in pieces right now. But that was my most recent purchase. And that is my story. Back to Net Control, KD2LRX.
All right, awesome. So you're gonna buy some. So what are you gonna buy? Like about 300 Walmarts for your HTs? Guys, go check out Jay's page on QRZ. I don't even know if it's still up there, the picture. Let's see. KD2LRX. Go to Jay's page, KD2LRX's page, and look at the picture. And on his picture, this guy's got like a bazillion HTs. I mean, it's like an HT farm over there. I think he's got every HT that amateur radio ever put out, and they fight with each other. They go to battle with each other at night. So just definitely go. Yeah, the picture's up there for sure. There it is. Oh yes, there's his ham shack. There it is. And there's his two computers side by side, the ones that are giving him a problem. Jay, when you buy a new computer, I want that little one. I want that little one that's closest to the window. Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, let's see. Who is next? Wait a minute. I'm getting a feeling that Jay has a comment.
KD2LRX. I do actually. You read my mind. Yeah, that little one was the one that was giving me the problems. That's the ham computer, and the other one on the left, the bigger box, is my everyday computer. And they talk to each other. Why am I yawning? They talk to each other through VNC Viewer. So I usually, right now, for example, I have VNC Viewer open, and I run my 400 and PN mode off of that little computer on the right. But I use VNC Viewer so that I can use it without having to hook up a monitor directly to that PC. And then I have my net logger on the main computer, not the ham radio computer, the main computer, so that I don't have to worry about it freezing or anything like that. Although this is pretty reliable, except for today, where it somehow removed my receive frequency. Don't ask me why. But anyway, that's it. KD2LRX.
VNC Viewer. I love that program. But as much as I love VNC Viewer, I have found something new, and it is desktop. Using that for the last and it uses a heck of a lot less resources than the VNC Viewer. I leave the VNC Viewer on there, and I've got it on as a backup just in case. So I guess it's always good to have them both on there. But when the VNC Viewer is not running, I notice that the processor is a lot more calm and not as much memory is being used. So for the computer, I forgot to tell you guys too. I upgraded the FusionNet's computer. The FusionNet's computer now has 16 gigabytes of memory. Really, on that computer, and it's running super duper smooth. It's been upgraded from 8 to 16 gig, so it's really running good now. I gotta say, since it only runs the WiresX software, it really does nothing because it didn't use that much to begin with. But all right, very good, man, very good. Now, Jay, that one more question before I let you go. That smaller computer, is that the Dell, what was it, 360 or 390, that little one, the small form factor?
actually just looking to see which model it was. It's the Dell Optiplex 30. Hold on, let me see. 3020, and the big one to the left of it is a Optiplex 3050. So the one to the right it's an older model than 3050. The 3050 is actually the one I was talking about last week that I need to get the USB ports fixed on. The 3020, the little one that you like, it actually runs quite nice. I upgraded it. Like I put in a solid state drive. I think I upgraded the RAM and all that a couple of years ago. I really like it. It's a nice little machine. The small form factor case, I think it is.
Yeah, that's what I like about it, man. That's what the XLX server is on. It's on a 3020. It's a small form factor, and but the Wires X is on, I believe, I think that's a 70 somethings, a 7030 or 7020 or 7090. I don't know. Got so many darn computers running here. I should be a computer farm. Okay, I know Dennis said he was going to be in for a short time, so we'll see if he's out there. N5 DWR, Dennis, are you still out there? And if you are, what is your most recent purchase for your ham shack? And tell us a little about it. I guess Dennis had to run out a bit. All right, you know what? It's almost 10:30. I'm going to call for some late check-ins. Are there any late check-ins for the FusionNet? This is Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo, and we're looking for some late check-ins for the FusionNet. Come one, come all.
Mr. Kilo 2, Delta Yankee.
Ah, Rob, what is going on, my brother? VK2, Delta Yankee. What's going on, man? What's your local outside temperature? And any traffic for the net tonight?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Robert, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee, Cellular New Southland. Hello, part of the urban sprawl. This is Sydney. 73 Fahrenheit. Should be much warmer than that. This place is not covered, but we're having a cool, wet spring. It rained a lot here last week. Actually, we set the all-time record for rainfall on Thursday. So we're now building that record up. Other than that, 13:28, 1:28 p.m. Feeling Eastern Daylight Time. We sprang forward our clocks last Sunday, so everything now is an hour later, and I get horribly confused. I'm at start now outside of Australia. I wasn't sure when this was still going or not. It is what it is. Thank you very much for taking my check-in. VK2UI. Bye for now.
Victor Kilo 4, Echo, Hotel, Tango.
All right, VK4, Echo Hotel Tango. Got you in there, brother. What is going on? How about you? Any traffic for the net tonight? And what's your local outside temperature?
Yeah, Roger Joe. Yeah, I've been experimenting with my hotspot, so I wasn't able to get in earlier, but I think we're right now. And it's 70 degrees, 70 degrees Fahrenheit here. I have no other traffic there, except I'm not on daylight saving time like Robert. We stick to the same time there. So there you go. Back to you, AC2AE in the group, VK4EHT.
Alrighty, alright. Wait, did I hear you right? You said you were having trouble with your hotspot? Or did I mishear that?
No, Joe, I've just been experimenting with the hotspot on in DMR, YSF to DMR mode. Yeah, just experimenting with the different configuration there. Over.
Ah, okay. Alright, very good. Good, good. Hopefully, good experiments. Let us know what you're doing, and if you trust, we kind of need to know or want to know. Awesome, man. Alrighty, let's see. I seem to have messed up my net logger here. Either that. What did I do here? I think I messed it up on the paper. Alright, either way. Let's see. 20. Oh, yeah. Because I'm not right in the head. Let's see. Definitely messed it up on the paper. Alright, very good. Alright, Rob, Bruce, welcome to the net. And stick around for the question. We're going to get right back to you. Alright, any other check-ins? Check-ins, late check-ins for the FusionNet. Come one, come all. Everybody's welcome. All right, nothing heard. So that brings us to Wesley, Alpha Golf 7, Whiskey, Quebec. Wes, what's going on, brother? How you doing? What is the most recent purchase for your ham shack? And tell us a little about it.
Well, you may be sorry you asked before I'm done. The local MCOM community here is pretty active, and they have a monthly event they call Parks on the Air, where they encourage members to get out to a nearby park, or usually in your backyard or something, and operate off grid. So you operate from battery power, solar power, something like that. So I got a lithium iron phosphate battery for my two mobile rigs. I have a little 2-meter and a 70-centimeter rig that I use for these events. And I got 100 feet, I agree with you, of LMR 400 coax. And I've had a couple of little diamond collinear antennas I've used for a long time. But the director of the local emergency group pointed out that Home Depot, and you may not be aware that Home Depot sells amateur radio equipment, had a promotion a little while back on a Tran antenna, which is a clone, Taiwanese clone, basically, I think, of Comet's antennas. I ordered one. It cost me $50 and change delivered to my house. I mean, that's tax, shipping, the whole thing, all in. So I got one of those just so I'd have something I could, beat up in the back of my pickup truck or whatever to go out and set up in the park. And then in order to get the thing up off the air, I got a dozen surplus camouflage netting poles. They're about 4 feet long, and you can put them together to extend it up 24 feet, 30 feet, however many feet you want to get off the ground or whatever. And I've had some practice using those. I started using the poles in my backyard, and then would take them out and set up at the park. So now we digress to the park. But first, I have to
reset and then tell you that I am color deficient. I see color, but I don't see color the same way you do, and it's a source of constant amusement to my daughters and to my grandkids. So my grandkids now, my youngest grandkids are in high school and college, but back when they were rather young, I took them to a park, and on the way to the park, I saw a car, and I said, man, that's a strange color for a car. You know, why would everybody paint their car purple? And they're looking around, you know, where's the purple car, you know? And I said, well, right there. And they said, that's not purple, you know, that's some other color. I said, okay, fine. Well, we got to the park, and lo and behold, the grass in the park looked purple to me. I have no idea why. I know grass is green, but it looked purple. And I say, I swear to God, to me, that grass looks purple. Again, constant source of amusement to my kids. And from then on, whenever they wanted to go to the park, they would ask their mom, my daughter, if they could go to Purple Park. My daughter actually submitted a request to the Homeowners Association to officially name the park Purple Park. Of course, they blew her off. But I told her, you're doing it wrong. What you do is you just go out and you have a sign professionally made that says Purple Park, built for the enjoyment of the citizens and guests of such and such homeowners association. You go out there in the middle of the night and just plant that sign. So anyway, I've been setting up my antenna and reporting my position as viewed from Purple Park now for a couple of years. Well, the first time I went out with my camouflage poles, camouflage netting poles, and started assembling them, a woman who lived on the edge of the park saw me working out there on this device of some kind, and she calls the cops, and she reports, there's a guy building a pipe bomb in the park. So police came. Lots of police came. Very excited, lots of police came. And again, I was a constant source of amusement to my daughter and my grandkids. So with that, I'll say back to net control. AG7WQ. Oh wow, that is something, man. People call in pipe bombs, and you know they don't know what amateur radio is. You know, we've had similar situations here in New York with our local radio club. We would often have our picnic is actually coming up next weekend, which I won't be able to make it. But well, not this weekend, the following weekend. But there's been times where we would set an antenna up in a tree, and they would tell people or tell the police that we're burning down the trees, we're trying to pull down the trees, they're making illegal communications across the ocean. Yeah, very, you know, and 90% of the police officers out there have no idea what amateur radio or ham radio is. They're like, well, what do you mean? Kind of like a CB? You get that. But I like that whole Purple Park story. That's pretty interesting. I've got a friend of mine who is colorblind, and his family bought him, I forget the name, I think they're called something chromatic glasses. They bought him some glasses about a year or so ago, maybe a little bit longer, and he can actually see in color now. So I thought that was pretty amazing. So there are some glasses out there. I know they're pretty expensive, but I can't remember them. I think it's something chromatic glasses. You can look it up on the internet. But that's pretty cool, man. And I did know that Home Depot did sell amateur radio equipment. Unfortunately, the ones here in New York, they don't have it in the stores. So if you do want to buy it, you have to order it online from Home Depot. And I know they have, I didn't know that they actually had the tram antenna, but I know that they had a tram ground plane kit for mobile antennas, which I used one of them, and they're absolutely fantastic, man. I got to say, for the antenna that I'm using, well, right now I'm using a little spike antenna on it, 2-meter spike antenna. But when I do use my 7900, it makes that antenna so much better. It basically turns a mobile antenna to a base antenna is basically what it does. So that's pretty awesome, man. All right, Wes, thank you, brother. I really appreciate it, man. That was awesome information. Oh, wait, you know what? Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Oh, look at this drop. Okay. The lithium ion phosphate battery that you got, how many amps is that battery, and how heavy is the battery? Or I should say, how light is it compared to the other, I guess, lithium ions and other sealed lead acid batteries. So what's the amperage on that battery, and how light is it?
Yeah, so this one is a BioNO lithium iron phosphate. It's 30 amp hour, and I know that's not a huge amount, but it runs my mobile radios. For I can since I don't talk a whole lot, I can run my mobiles for days and days off for that. And the light, as far as being light, you feel like you can juggle them all day long. I honestly don't know what it weighs, but it's just such a tiny fraction of the lead acid batteries I used to use that it's. If anybody's not using lithium iron phosphate, you really need to be looking into it because they are magic. So, sorry I don't have more detail. I probably should have looked that up while I was sitting here listening to other people's stories. Back to net control, AG7WQ.
Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo with the FusionNet. Yeah, that's an awesome battery. And listen, 30 amp hour is a nice amount to go QRPing with, or for like photo sort of activations and stuff like that. So that's definitely cool, man, without a doubt. I don't know if you guys are familiar with super capacitors. I started looking into them about a year ago. They're super capacitors, and they are super expensive. But they are extremely lightweight. I mean, I'm talking like they're almost completely featherweight. And there's a certain way that you have to charge. You have to charge it with a load on it, and once it's charged, you get like hours and hours out of this. It's kind of like a battery, but they do call them super capacitors. Definitely look them up, man. They're pretty, like I said, they're pretty expensive, but I think it's like it's going to be the next newest thing. So instead of discharging all in one shot, these supercapacitors now have a longer dissipation time. So you can use 12 volts off of it like almost all day long. Like I said, it's super easy to charge them. You just need a load on it. It won't charge without the load. Some people just put like a bulb or a LED on it, and once the LED goes off, it's fully charged. Definitely look those up on the internet, man. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about them, and they come in all different shapes and sizes. Really interesting, man. All right, let's see. Next up on the list is K2CVD. Chris, out on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Chris, pick it up, brother. Tell us, what is your most recent purchase for your ham shack, and tell us a little bit about it.
Well, thank you, Joe, and hello, everybody on the net. My most recent addition to my ham shack is my OpenSpot 4 Pro, which my lovely wife gave me for my birthday in July. So I didn't actually purchase it, but it's the piece of equipment that I'm using almost every day now, and I'm actually using it right now. I know that it was mentioned before, so I won't say too much about it, but it really works very well. I had an OpenSpot 4.2, which is now in Idaho, dedicated to the use of the FusionNet, I'm told. And this one connects to my Wi-Fi, which the other one really didn't. So it's a big improvement for my shack. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Kilo 2, Charlie Victor Delta, back to net control.
Awesome. That's pretty good. Yeah, you know, me and Dave, we've been talking about this for a while. N7MKY. You know, I've got an extra open spot over here, original, and there is a way of connecting them through IP addresses. So we've got to fool around and mess around with that, man. I have just been very overwhelmed with a lot of things lately, so I haven't really had a lot of time during the day. But I got to start making some me time and ham radio time. So awesome, Chris. And I'm glad that you're happy with that open spot 4 Pro, that is. And what a wife, man. What a wife. That's an awesome gift. Maybe your wife should talk to my wife. Maybe my wife will start getting me some ham radio gifts. All right, let's see. Well, next up on the list, I guess it's going to be kind of a double whammy, you know, mi casa y su casa. So KK7AYJ, Annette, what is going on there, sister? What is your most recent purchase or purchased for N7MKY, or did N7MKY purchase for you, or vice versa, or individually? And tell us a little bit about it.
This is KK7AYJ, figured Annette to the group. I haven't bought any electronics because I get hand-me-downs from the master of the house. But we did buy some duck cloth bags that he has got. City bags, USO cards with his repeater information on it. So I'm being crafty in the radio world. Back to net control.
All right, I don't know exactly what that was all about, but somebody, what happened? What is that? Oh well, Annette, can you repeat that? We had a little technical difficulty over here. We heard that you get the hand me downs and that you had bought some bags that he had you do something to, and then we lost you. You were still coming through on the XLX side of the network, but the FusionNet kind of just went down.
But we did buy some canvas or duck cloth bags, and we're making little go bags and branding bags, kind of like a gift for contacts that we make. Instead of sending out a card, we got the repeater information on it, and we'll be sending those out. So back to net control.
Ah, very nice, very nice. Yes, I did see those bags. Those are pretty cool. Do you have a heat press? Are you doing that with like a Cricut hand press, the ones that you fold down on it, or are you just doing those with like an iron or something? How are you doing those with your bags?
KK7AYJ. I purchased, I can't afford a heat press. You're the business guy, and I don't live close enough to come borrow yours. So I was going to use just an iron. I read a thing about the heat pattern on an iron versus the small handheld heat press. And instead of buying the Cricut brand, Amazon had one for under $20, and it works really well. about the size of a paperback book.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Send me the link to that one. Can't hurt. I'm actually in the process of saving for a new printer. I went to the Graphics Pro Expo here. It was actually in New Jersey a couple of months back, and there is a new form of printing, and the print it's now supposedly the closest thing to screen printing. It's a new digital form of screen printing, and I got to tell you, the feel of it is absolutely incredible. It's got like no hand feel to it at all, but it bonds with the material. So I'm looking to get a new printer, and if this new printer works out for me, it'll be a heck of a lot less expensive than the printer that I have now. So I'll probably wind up selling off the printer that I have now, and just go ahead with this one because I like the feel of it that much. It's that much better. I gotta just say. So I don't know. I'm pretty picky with my stuff. I'm more about the quality than the quantity. So I'd rather give a good quality shirt out if I can, or a hat, or a bag, or whatever it is that I'm printing. But awesome, man. Very, very cool, Gabagool. Awesome. Let's see. Next up on the list is none other than the Monkey Man pilot Dave himself, N7MKY. Dave, what's going on, brother? What is your most recent purchase for your ham shack? And tell us a little about it. And stop being such cheapo with the hand-me-downs. Buy her something just for her. Buy her something special. That's it. That she could call her own non-hand-me-down. And that's it. I know you want to play with it. The radio, that is. Yeah, Dave, pick it up.
And 7MKY, sharing the environment with football. But when that said, I my own thing. It was Baofeng. It was red and she wanted it. Then I bought her a red antenna for it. And even got it all charged up and programmed for her. Showed her how to program it. And she's not playing with it. So that's where she gets hand-me-downs. But as far as new additions, which I haven't received yet, it's the Anytone Bravo Tango -01. It's a remote control Bluetooth mic for the Anytone D578UV or UV Pro. So basically, you can use this remote screen and mic and everything and remote control the head unit, which I'm really looking forward to. So other than that, nothing else new. I'm still paying off all the other stuff that was around birthday time. So yeah, it's gonna be a while before I get anything else new. Yeah, so MKY back to that control.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I was in an accident a few weeks back and had to buy some parts for my car, a new door, a new fender, and it was bad enough that they were pretty expensive because my car is 20 years old. But the people who wanted to put it on the body shops, they wanted $2,000. Well, one place wanted 2,000, another place wanted 1,500, and was not having that. So for the first time in my life, I attempted to put the fender and the door on myself, and I gotta say, a friend of mine told me that I got it incredibly straight for the first time ever doing any kind of mechanic work whatsoever. I am definitely a guy who takes the car to the shop, do what you got to do, whatever. But once I heard that 2000 and 1500, I was like, I'm not doing that. So 3.5 hours later on a Saturday afternoon, I'm watching a heck of a lot of YouTube videos. I was like, I could do that. And believe it or not, I hung the door straight first time out, man. The first time out, the door and the fender straight. So my nice little gold Saturn now has a blue left side and a blue right door on my little gold Saturn. I got a 2002 Saturn SC2. So, oh no, I'm sorry, SL2. But I tell you, I only have 72,000 original miles on it. It's a 4-cylinder with a turbo on it. And I got to say, man, I get in and out of those little spots. And she's a quick little car. I call her my little Betsy. All right, let's see. We're going to go to Langhorne, Pennsylvania. KV3 SYK. Jim, it's your turn. You're up at bat. What is your most recent purchase for your ham shack? And tell us a little about it. All right, let's see. Jim, I'm not sure. We got a comment out there, so N7MKY, pick it back up, brother.
N7MKY, yeah. I'm kind of worried now that it's all fixed up and has straight doors on it. Somebody might try to steal it from you. Now it's all fixed up. Probably a good theft deterrent would be put a DeWalt sticker on the side of the door, because nobody wants DeWalt tools, so somebody will steal your car.
Everybody knocks DeWalt, man. I've got a DeWalt drill. The battery died a few months after I got it. The batteries were too expensive. It was a 12-volt battery. So I decided to hardwire it. And computer power supply, well, actually a server power supply is how I power it now. And it runs fine. Generally, I don't do much with that drill. I've got another Makita drill. I kind of like the Makitas. It's like a super heavy duty drill, and but the other one, the DeWalt, man, it's kind of like my screwdriver now. but well, no, well, you know what? I gotta tell you, my this was about 2 years ago. Actually, right before COVID, someone broke into my car. But now listen to this. Not only did they break into my car, they didn't take anything. They left the money that was in the car. I had like loose change in the car. But what they did leave behind was their photo ID, their driver's license, a bag of cocaine, and a glass pipe, and what else did they leave behind? I took pictures of it, man. That when I called the cops, I was like, man, there's drugs in the car. They're like, what do you mean there's drugs in the car? I was like, well, I said, the people who broke into the car, I said, evidently left a bag of cocaine in the car. I said, they left the glass pipe. I said, the only thing that they messed up was the ignition. I said, I think they were trying to take the car for a joyride. And, no, it wasn't Dirty Mike and the boys. But we figured that somebody either came out of the building or I came out of the building and scared them or whatnot, or scared them away, because why on earth would they leave their drugs and their photo ID? So the cops were telling me they probably stole the ID from somebody else, and it was probably that's why they left it there or didn't care about leaving it there. But left their drugs. Who leaves their drugs? Listen, I was into drugs for many, many years before I got clean. I never left my drugs behind. Oh man, oh man. I tell you guys, this is not the usual net that you're used to. I warned you guys. Alright, let's go to Howard in Florida, see if Howard's still out there. KC4, Zulu Yankee Charlie. Howard, pick it up, brother. Tell us, what is your most recent, that's easy for me to say. What is your most recent purchase ham Radio Shack, and tell us a little about it.
Sounds like KC2, KC4 is a YC. Well, to be honest, I really haven't purchased any. But I do own quite a bit of ham radio gear that I've picked up over the years. An FTM 400, which I love. That's what I'm using right now. We're not immune to hurricanes around here. And as I'm sure you know, Hurricane Ian paid us a visit and caused quite a bit of damage around the state. Here where I currently live, I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment complex, 55 plus, and not too far away from the big Ferris wheel over at Icon Park. I believe they call it the Orlando Eye. Fortunately, no storm damage, no power failure, and thank God, no flooding. Unfortunately, there's a lot of areas in and around the Orlando area that are still having serious problems with flooding and power outages. Orla Vista neighborhood just north of me has some flood damage. At around where Lake Monroe intersects with the St. Johns River. St. Johns River has flooding, and the flood waters unfortunately have affected some neighborhoods in that neck of the woods. And it's also really bad over toward where University of Florida is over on the east side of town. And unfortunately, a lot of people got displaced because of that. My coworker who lives down in Kissimmee had to take some alternate routes just to get to work because some of the roads in his area are closed due to flooding. And we'll go ahead and take a reset in case he wasn't YC returning. The hurricane itself, nobody really knew just exactly where it was going to go. They updated the forecast 3 times around here. They thought originally it was going to go over toward the Panhandle area and then moved east, and they said, no, wait a minute, at Tampa, St. Petersburg, and I pretty much thought it was going to hit Tampa, St. Petersburg. It wasn't until they updated the forecast for a 3rd time I found out that it was going to get way south of there, and they were thinking maybe Punta Gorda. And as it turns out, it ended up hitting Sanibel Island and caused quite a bit of damage to Sanibel Captiva, Pine Island, the Matlash area, Fort Myers Beach. Lives in North Fort Myers. Fortunately, he can, but man, oh man, that area is really in bad shape. And they can use all the help they can get. Fortunately, the Emergency Operations Center, they were able to get communications out and get in contact with the state EOC in Tallahassee via ham radio. We have a wonderful statewide UHF repeater network. It's mostly linked together through microwave thanks to FDOT, Florida Department of Transportation. Let me reset one more time. KC4 and YC. Yeah, the network that we have here in Florida, it's pretty much UHF repeaters all linked together. Is called SARNet. SARNet. And if you go to sarnetfl.net, that'll give you a map and information about the network. You can even listen to the audio on Broadcastify, but it stayed up during the hurricane and was a valuable tool for quite a lot of people who wanted to pass along information and get some idea of just what was going on in the affected area. And I did hear one ham who was trying to get hold of somebody down in the, I believe it was the Highlands County, if I'm not mistaken, because he had loved ones that lived down there, and the cell service was out, so I was able to contact a lady who worked with the Emergency Operations Center down there, and be able to pass traffic and get a hold of his loved ones down there after the storm and determine that they were okay. Daytona Beach is a mess. I've got a friend of mine that lives on the Volusia-Flagler County border and Foreman by the sea, and they almost lost A1A there, and he had destruction all around him. He's very, very lucky that his house didn't get seriously damaged, but there was some damage nearby to him, and A1A and the beach are just 100 yards away, so he's very lucky he didn't get any serious erosion. His house didn't get damaged. Parts of Daytona Beach unfortunately had some damage. There's some flooding over there. There's a plaza in Daytona Beach, a shopping plaza that unfortunately got its windows blown out. And the biggest concern now, because the windows are gone, is looters. Yes, believe it or not, and it's a very sick state of affairs. There are people that are taking advantage of people who are less fortunate and ended up suffering greatly. And like I said, Daytona Beach, they've got the looters to contend with, so they're taking precautions to deal with this problem at hand. And our governor down here has been absolutely wonderful as far as helping out. For those of you that would like to help out and get some more information on how you can help out, I recommend going to floridadisaster.org. floridadisaster.org. I think I've got the website right, and it's got information on how you may be able to help out. And you might also consider donating to the Red Cross, because there are people down here that really use your help if you can help out.
All right, Howard, awesome, brother, awesome. Yes, guys, once again, if you can, help out with some donations. It's floridadisaster.org, floridadisaster.org. And I'm glad you're okay, Howard. I'm glad everything is doing good over there. And that SARnet is pretty interesting. I spoke to somebody just a few months ago, and they have a similar what's it called? A similar microwave link that you guys have, but they're out in Washington, and they've got them on these tall towers and stuff like that, and the local government also helped them arrange these little satellite domes, and it got me thinking to doing something here like that as well, but the equipment can be very expensive, and I'm just not sure how to start all of that, but very interesting. I don't know if I wrote down this right. I wrote SARnet FL, but I wasn't sure if it was .net or .com. Can you just clarify that for me?
AC2AE from KC4ZYC. Yeah, SARNetFL.net, November Echo Tango. And then we'll bring you to the website and tell you all about how it works and how it's interconnected. And there is a PDF file that you can download, which will give you a map of all the current sites and what the repeater frequencies are in each particular site.
All right, I must be doing something wrong. How are you spelling SAR? Is it SAR, SARnet FL.net? Is it Sierra Alpha Romeo November Echo Tango Foxtrot Lima .net?
Yes, Joe, that is correct. That is correct. You could also use Shenzhen, SARnet, Florida, and that might be able to bring it up. As far as I know, what I gave you, what you just told me, is the website.
SARnet.com. Insert XIA.
Oh, thanks, Jim. Sorry about that. .com, C-O-M, not .net. My apologies.
SARnet Florida, excuse me. SARNetFL.com. Insert XIA.
All right. I got N0XIA. N0XIA. Got you in there? Okay. And it's .com. Ah, here it is. Statewide Amateur Radio Network in Florida. This is it. Awesome. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to put this up on our website as well as a topic of interest. And N0, what is it? N0XIA. Welcome to the net, brother. I threw you down on the log, even though we're close to the end over here. We got 2 other stations before we get to you. So if you want to just join in with us, you're more than welcome. All right, let's see. Howard, thank you for all that information. I definitely will put it up on our website. And if anybody does want to help for the Florida disaster relief, and I got to say, Florida's mayor or governor, DeSantis, is awesome. He's an awesome guy. I love him. I wish he would run for president, but then he would then we would be taking him away from you guys in Florida. So I got kind of mixed feelings about that. But FloridaDisaster.org, if anybody'd like to help out, donations, anything would be helpful, man. They're really in a state of disarray down there. All right, let's see. Next up on the list, we're going to go down to the land down under, Australia, with Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee. Rob, pick it up, brother. What is your most recent purchase for your ham shack, and tell us a little about it. How about you, Rob? Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee. It's a quarter after 2 p.m. over there in Australia. Pick it up, Rob. All right, nothing heard. Down in the land down under. Victor Kilo 4, Echo Hotel Tango. Bruce, are you still with us? And if you are, what is your most recent purchase for your ham shack? And tell us a little about it.
Hey, Roger there, Joe, and rest of the net there. This is VK4EHT in Brisbane. Yeah, and alright, so something very, very small I got just today actually, is a little adapter. USB-C to USB-A, I suppose I call it. I call it an on-the-go adapter, which you plug into the USB socket on an Android phone, and then I can connect my ALT SDR dongle to the phone rather than so I can investigate interference from a portable point of view. Normally use the laptop computer with the dongle, but it would be more convenient if I'm chasing down a source of interference to do it with something a bit more portable, a phone. So that's the intention. I haven't even set it up yet, so it's an Android phone, and I've got the adapter and I've got the dongle, so ready to go then. Back to net control, AC2AE, the group VK4EHT.
Wow. VK4, Echo Hotel Tango. Bruce, I can't believe you even just saying that. I'm actually sending a picture to the rest of the net control operators out there. I actually picked up a similar device just about 2 or 3 days ago, so that I could hook up normal USB things to it. USB-C to USB-A female, so I could plug in my what's it called open spots. Not my open spot. My can't think of the name of it. Oh boy. My DV4 Mini. My DV4 Mini. So that's what I purposely got it for. But then after I purchased it and reading it, I realized that I could hook up a keyboard to it, which I currently have a wireless keyboard hooked up to it right now. And it's pretty interesting, man. I didn't even know that we could do that. I also have one for the USB. I forgot what the other connector was, but the older style USB. So I have actually two of them, and I gotta say, it's pretty interesting, man. Could link almost anything to these phones nowadays. It's pretty incredible. These phones are little powerhouses. So awesome, Bruce, rather. All right, the other station, I didn't get the name. I didn't even put it into the blog yet. I'm going to put it in there right now. Let's see, the N0 XI, what was it? Was it XIC or G? Let's see. No info. Let's see. I probably got it wrong. It's got to be XIG.
I think you're referring to me, November 0 X-ray India Alpha. Noxia, if there is such a word, but I don't think there is.
As November 0 X-ray India Alpha. November 0 X-ray India Alpha. K2CB at control.
All right, K2 CVD. Thank you very, very much for that correction. And yes, I got it. November 0 X-ray India Alpha. Gotcha. What's going on, brother? How you doing? I see that you're also down in Florida. Hopefully everything went well with you and the hurricane. I guess you could tell us a little bit about your experience with Ian, and also, if you can, the question or the topic of discussion tonight is, what is your most recent purchase for your ham radio shack? And tell us a little about it. Go ahead, James, pick it up.
Okay, well, I'm not in the Wires X mode, but you should be able to hear me okay. Name is James and located in Orlando, Florida. We did fine. Lost my infed though. It got snapped by a falling branch, and one of the trees holding it is getting ready to fall over. So I got a tree surgeon coming out tomorrow to see if it needs to be removed. But yeah, we did all right. But yeah, flooding around. And I worked for a transportation company, and our biggest problem was some damage to vehicles in the parking lot and drivers that like to drive into water and hydrolock the vehicle engines. So we lost about a dozen cars from that. Other than that, kept our power, kept our communications until after the storm. Then we lost our internet for 3 days, but it's back. Latest equipment purchase. I don't know if my Ham Shack hotline would count for that. Picked up one of those. I've been playing with that. But if you're referring to a radio, then I guess that would be my ICOM 7300. And I picked that up to match the 705 since they're so similar in operation, and retired my FT847. So I guess that fits the criteria. And yes, I still have my Colorado N0XIA plates in storage here at the house. N0XIA.
All right, awesome, man. Well, wait a minute. You gotta tell us what the hotline is. I don't know what the hotline is. And I've had the pleasure of playing around with the ICOM 7300. That's actually a pretty awesome radio. A good friend of mine has one, Matt K2ACD, if he's out there. But I know he's got that radio. He loves it. And so tell us what the hotline is.
Really? I'm not sure I'm going to be an expert on this. I've only had it for a couple of weeks, and in spite of what the SkyHubNet website says, the ham shack connection is not working. I don't hear you guys on that. But yeah, it's a VoIP internet amateur radio network. I don't know the voice, but anyway, I picked up a Cisco VoIP phone. I don't know my model numbers exactly, but it's essentially 5G2, I think SPA 525 or something like that, color screen, and it's one of the units they supported, and I gave them my MAC address of the unit and hooked it up, and now I got a list of all these things that I can connect to that's amateur related, and supposedly SkyHub Links got a connection, but couldn't get it to work.
Oh wow, that's pretty interesting, man. That's kind of like the old auto patch, I guess. I guess they've got a new way of doing that. I got to look into that a little bit. That sounds very interesting. All right, pretty cool, man. That's actually really cool. All right, let's see. Let's see. Ooh, man, it's 11:22, man. We are really over time right now. All right, let's see. Are there any late check-ins? Any other check-ins? Any late check-ins that want to come into the net? This is the FusionNet, and I am AC2AE, and we're looking for some late check-ins. Late check-ins. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member. All right, with nothing heard, man. Nothing heard. I gotta say, man, you guys have a lot of interesting toys out there. Amateur radio toys. I love gadgets myself, and I gotta say, my most recent addition to my net, to my shack, is just a cool little I don't know, it's an on-air sign. So I originally got it to put it on my door for when I'm on the air, so the lights don't just come busting on in. But I like it so much that I don't want to put it on the door just in case it falls. But that's it. That's the only thing that I've got. Well, you know what? I guess this little gadget here, for the USB connector, would be actually my latest. I got this just a few days ago. So this would probably be my most latest thing. But that's it, man. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys all had some interesting stuff there. The open spots, the hotline, your ICOM radios, the lithium-ion battery, the lithium-ion phosphate battery. That's pretty awesome. And I gotta say, KB2IDX, man. I don't know. You gotta send us a picture of Gracie and show us what she looks like. That would be greatly appreciated. And I'm going to definitely check out Russ's new website, the ntja.com. Also going to check out the SARSNet, or SARNetFL.com as well. I'm going to put those both up on the website. So guys, just look forward to it. We'll update the website by tomorrow evening. Just to let you guys know, the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser Award go to KB0 BSA Tom out in Minot, Minot, North Dakota. He's got the Snow Miser Award with the coldest temperature of 37 degrees. I long for 37 degrees. And the Heat Miser Award goes to Whiskey 1 Zulu Oscar Tango Phil Phil, where is Phil? Where is Phil? Hold on, I gotta pull this up over here. Where is Phil? Let's see. Phil. Phil is in, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Euless, Texas. Euless, Texas, with 90 degrees. 90 degrees. So Phil gets the Heat Miser Award. And guys, you can always check out the Heat Miser and the Snow Miser Award on the FusionNet.org. Don't forget to check out Cigarette and Next Joke of the Week, KK7AYJ, on the FusionNet.org. We got plenty of top.
Is that an official timeout?
I accept it. I timed it out. It wouldn't be the FusionNet if I didn't time it out now, would it? These darn 3-minute timers. Let's see. We had another station jump in there. I think it was Kilo 6 Oscar Whiskey Foxtrot. Let's see. Did we have him in here already tonight? I could have swore we had him in here. No, let's see. So K6OWF, what's going on, my friend? I guess we're going to add you into the list here for the night. How's everything going? And did you want to answer the question of the evening tonight? How about you, Rob? Kilo 6 Oscar Whiskey Foxtrot. You with us? All right, nothing heard. So I did see another station key up in there. Let's see, JJ. What is it? JJ2ARB, was it? Let's see if that was it. JJ2ARB. I don't know. Doesn't look like. Looks like a call sign from Japan. All right, we may have had a call in there. Let's see. Is there a Juliet Jet 2 Alpha Romeo Bravo in there?
Yes, this is Juliet 2 Alpha Romeo Bravo, JJ2 Week. Good evening, everybody on the net. It is, I'm just watching this net, so I'm sorry I didn't call you. My name is Yashi, Yankee Alpha Sierra Hotel India. Again, my name is Yashi. My location is the suburb of Nagoya, which is the fourth largest city in Japan. Nagoya is located between Tokyo and Osaka in Japan. About the temperature here, it is now 75 degrees Fahrenheit. I appreciate it having a chance to talk on the net today. Thanks a lot. Back to the net control from JJ2 ARB.
All right. Well, welcome to the FusionNet. Good to have you in there. And I got you. I think you said it was Nagoya, and that was in between Tokyo. I didn't get the other area, and I'm not sure if I got the name correctly. Was it Yasi? Can you pronounce that again for us? And like I said, welcome to the FusionNet. You're always welcome here. And and let's see, I'm just writing that down. Just want to make sure I got your name correctly for the log, because I don't have it coming up here in our local QRZ. So is it Yasi? Is it like in Yankee Alpha Sierra Echo Echo?
This is JJ2LV. My name is Yashi. Spell is Yankee Alpha Sierra Hotel India. Again, Yankee Alpha Sierra Hotel India. My name is Yashi. Sorry, being like a stranger until now. I was just monitoring this net from the beginning at the first time. I'm just a shy person. However, I finally became to be ready for respond to you. Thank you. I'm going to try to participate in the net again. Thank you. Back to the net control from JJ2ARB.
Ah, okay, okay. I definitely spelled it wrong, but I copy your name now as Yankee Alpha Sierra Hotel India. Very good, man. Very good. All right. Well, we're just about to wrap this net up. We are very, very happy that you jumped on in here. We're here every Thursday night. I think you guys are 13 hours. I'm looking right now. 13 hours ahead of us. So I guess it would be around your 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock p.m. So we're here every week, every Thursday, and we meet here at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's United States time. And you're more than welcome to check in anytime. Tell anybody and everybody about us, and we'd love to have you in here more often. All right, this is Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo. Are there any other check-ins? Check-ins for the FusionNet. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
J7JBC here in Idaho. Running late like always. I hope everything's well tonight.
John, what's going on, brother? Good to have you in here, man. All righty. Got you in there, got you on the list. Any other late check-ins? Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member. This is the FusionNet, and I am Alpha Charlie 2, Alpha Echo Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. Come on. All right, with nothing being heard, I guess it is the end of our net, guys. Whew, this is a long net tonight, 11:34. Whew. All right, so I'll give one more call for some check-ins, and if no check-ins, guys, we're gonna wrap this net up tonight, man. What an interesting night this was tonight. All of you had some awesome little toys for your shack tonight. Really interesting. John, you know what? Well, you know what? It is getting kind of late. I guess I should wrap it up. Our net control operators got to go to sleep. But let's see. Let's see. Any other check-ins? Check-ins, come one, come all. Everybody's welcome, and you do not have to be a member.
Well, I think your net's approaching the end, Joe. And I stand corrected. My apologies. I wasn't in the Wires X mode, and I thought this was a different net than what you're identifying as the FusionNet. So my confusion on my part. Ends are exciting. Have a good night.
James, no problem, brother. You are welcome here anytime, man. Anytime at all. And yep, this is the FusionNet. It's a mix between Yaesu System Fusion. It's a mix between DMR, D-Star, and YSF. And we are on the XLX network, the Quad network, a few other networks I can't really think of right now. But like I said, you are always welcome here, brother, anytime. We meet here every Thursday, 9 o'clock. We start taking early bird check-ins at 8:30 Eastern. So everybody's welcome here all the time. And you don't have to just come for the net. You can come here anytime you like. Everybody's welcome to use the system. All right, with that being said, are there any FusionNet related topics that anybody would like to discuss? And are there any questions or comments about tonight's net?
Yeah, 7MKY.
Go ahead, N7MKY, take it, brother.
N7MKY. Hey, Joe, I was just wondering if you had an update on the repeater for the FusionNet.
As of last week, we do have a spot for it. Went to go check it out. It's on a 6-story building. It's really not that high up, but it is close to my home over here. So we wouldn't really have a problem accessing it. There's no internet access in the there is in the building, but not where we need it in the building. So like I said, it's an iffy spot. You know, I'm not 100% sure if I really want to put it over there yet. So I don't know. It's a lot of debating there. I was really kind of hoping getting it a little bit more close to the coast and in a building a little bit higher. So this building is it's a 6-story building. As you know, I live in a 6-story building, but it's a 7-story building because the first floor is like the maintenance here. So we're a little bit higher. So this is a little bit more inland and a little bit lower. And I don't know, it's free, so it's for me, but it's kind of not an ideal location. And if we had to access it on a Friday night or a Saturday morning, we would not be able to access it. It's in a Orthodox Jewish neighborhood, and the building is owned by Orthodox Jews, and we wouldn't be able to access it if we had to. So if we ran into some issues, we'd be in a little bit of a pickle on a Friday or a Saturday. So I don't know. It's got its bonuses for being free, the available space. Like I said, it's really not that high, and I don't know. That's about the same as last week. AC2AE, back on over to N7MKY.
Thank you very much for the update. Totally understand. So that's all I had.
Alrighty. Well, that leaves me too. Are there any other net-related topics or discussions or any questions or comments about tonight's net or anything else for that matter?
Just a quick one, Joe, from KT0VK. Can I call you right after net?
Sure, why not? who needs sleep? No, I'm only kidding with you. Yeah, you can definitely call me after that for sure. All right, let's see. Okay, Chris K2CVD has texted me the stats for tonight. So we have 8 time zones, 12 U.S. states. We have 2 Australian states, 1 Japanese prefecture, 1 New Zealand region, 3 countries, 2 continents, 23 cities, 27 checkouts, 18 early bird check-ins. Wait a minute, I thought I had 19 early bird check-ins. Nope, it's 18. It's 18. I should know better than to question the statistician. And 1 net control timeout. That would be me. Woohoo! Chris, K2CBD, thank you so much for bringing us the stats, and thank you for being the ambassador to the FusionNet. We are so gratefully in your debt, brother. All right, let's see. Where are we here? All right. So, before we go, any other questions or comments for tonight's net? All right, nothing heard. So once again, the heat miser and the snow miser for tonight. The heat miser is Phil, W1ZOT with 90 degrees. And the snow miser award goes to Tom, KB0DSI with 37 degrees. Don't forget to check it out on the FusionNet. Everything will be opened or updated tomorrow at 6 o'clock a.m. Oh, wait, correction. 4 countries. We got 4 countries. Okay, update. We have 4 countries. 4 countries. That is an update. Awesome, guys. Awesome. All right, everybody. This is the weekly meeting of the FusionNet, where our mission is to have fun. That's it. Sole purpose here is to have fun. And it's also to help educate those individuals interested in learning about amateur radio hobby and to continue building the fellowship of hams across the world. We host this net weekly on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, where participants pass traffic and comments, and we discuss all things amateur radio related with an emphasis on various digital modes and beyond each week. Net Control either presents a question or a topic open for discussion, or we host a trivia night where participants put their knowledge to the test on various amateur radio topics. We encourage our participants to email us with subjects they'd like to discuss on future nets to fusion at thefusionnet.org. Once again, the email address is fusion at thefusionnet.org. Amateur radio community, and we appreciate your support. All right, I'd like to thank all the following stations for contributing to tonight's net. I'm going to let it drop again so I don't have another net control timeout. First up on the list is Kilo Alpha 5, Uniform Lima Echo. That's Ralph out in San Angelo, Texas. Next is Tom, KB0DSI. Then we had Mike, Kilo Bravo 6, Delta Hotel Romeo. Then we had Tom, Kilo 1, November Echo Whiskey. Then we had Howard, Kilo Delta 2, Mike Sierra Uniform. Then we had Ken, November Victor 7, Sierra Sierra. Then we had Phil, Whiskey 1, Zulu Oscar Tango. Then we had Ron, Kilo Delta 9, Oscar Hotel Quebec. Then we had Russ, Rusty Balloons himself, Kilo Golf 0, Bravo Kilo. Let's not forget Paul out in New Zealand, Zulu Lima 2, Bravo Echo Zulu. Then we had Chris, KB2, IDX, and Gracie. Then we had Jay, Kilo Delta 2, Lima Romeo X-Ray. Then we had Dennis, November 5, Delta Whiskey Romeo. Then I didn't write his call sign, his name down. Let's go look it up real quick. Everybody deserves to be named out here. That's it. Then we had Joe, Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Whiskey Foxtrot. Then we had Wes, Alpha Golf 7, Whiskey Quebec. Then we had Chris, K2, CVD. Then none other than Cigarette Annette, Kilo 7, Alpha Yankee Juliet. Then we had Dave, November 7, Michael Kilo Yankee. That's Pilot Dave to you guys. Then we had Jim, Kilo Bravo 3, Sierra Yankee Kilo. You see I got time? Yes, I do. Then we had Howard, Kilo Charlie 4, Zulu Yankee Charlie. Then, of course, we had our brother from down under, Bruce, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee. Then we had Bruce, Victor Kilo 4, Echo Hotel Tango. Then we had James, November 0, X-Ray, India Alpha. Then we had, I gotta scroll down a little bit. Then we had Rob, Kilo 6, Oscar Whiskey Foxtrot. Then we had Yossi, Juliet 2, Alpha Romeo Bravo. Then last but not least, we had John, Kilo 7, Juliet Bravo Charlie. Woof, 27 check-ins tonight, everybody. What an awesome net tonight. Let me let this drop. Guys, just want to thank you all for checking in tonight. It's been a great night. And I just want you to remember, in the great words of inventor and futurist Nikola Tesla, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This is Radio Station Alpha Charlie 2 Alpha Echo, Joe in Gravesend, Brooklyn, New York. The FusionNet is now over, and the network is returned to casual communication. Thank you all. Have a great night, and have a blessed week.
KD2 LRX, great net, Joe. Very good net. Good night, everybody. It was great hearing from you all. Had a very lively and spirited net, and we'll catch you back here next week. KD2 LRX, I'm clear.